Good morning, Revolution Church family. Good morning to all my friends, all my peeps that are on Facebook, wherever you guys are. Hey man, this is Alpha Hayward, and I just want to say good morning to you. It is Thursday morning, March 19th, and there's so much that I need to tell y'all right now, and hopefully I do cover it all. But let me start with this passage of scripture this morning, and then we'll talk about what we need to talk about regarding this weekend, okay? In John chapter 16, verse 31, Jesus asked his disciples, he said, "Do you finally believe? But the time is coming. Indeed, it's here now, when you will be scattered, each one going his own way, leaving me alone. Yet I am not alone, because the Father is with me. I have told you all this so that you may have peace in me. Here on earth, you will have many trials and sorrows, but take heart, because I have overcome the world." Again, Jesus said, "But take heart, because I have overcome the world." This is in John 16, starting at verse 31, going to 33. Revolution Church, friends, family, acquaintances, people who just check in because of my business or because of our happenings with the Luis Palau Association, whatever. I just want to tell you something. Jesus said to be of good cheer because he has overcome the world. You know, Jesus has overcome everything. He has overcome death. He has overcome sin. He has overcome the grave. Jesus has overcome the devil. He has overcome the kingdom of hell. He has overcome earthquakes. He has overcome coronavirus. He has already overcome everything. Our rest and our trust and our encouragement comes only by really knowing him. And this is so important because you might know Christianity, you might know religion, you might even know of God, but you need to know him. So if you have a personal and intimate, non-religious, but intimate relationship with Jesus, you will be okay because you will really, truly find your security and your rest in him. You also realize that as a believer and as a believer that knows Jesus, that this world is not your home. This is not where you belong. You belong in heaven with Jesus for eternity. And so you know that this is a temporary place and that this body that we have is just a shell. Just a shell. Remember that. I mean, I know some of y'all, you're like, this shell, I'm ready for a new one. And for some of you, you think your shell's pretty hot. But you know what? Regardless of what you think about this shell, you have to remember that we're just passing through. So what do we do knowing that we are people who are just passing through? Well, we are about the mission of Jesus. And what is that mission? That mission is to not only bring hope, but salvation to the whole world. And that includes people that the Lord has in connection with us. Customers, neighbors, people we run into at the gas station in the store. I believe in mass evangelism. I believe in proclaiming the gospel and doing outreaches and stuff, but we also have to remember that we got to be one-on-one people as well. And especially in times like this, where we are literally scattered, and you go, well, what do you mean scattered when we are told that we can't be in groups of any more than 10? Well, don't you feel a little scattered inside? Don't you feel a little scattered maybe in your heart or in your mind? Maybe even, if you were to be honest, with your faith a little bit? Well, this is the time where you can take advantage of how you're feeling on the inside of being scattered. And this is where you start to shore things up. This is when you start to make sure you're standing on a firm foundation and that your life with Jesus and that your faith is firm. You know, children are asking questions. My own kids are asking questions. many people, even without being told, are turning to the Word of God to find out what is going on in this time. I think of Philip the evangelist when he was reading some of the writings in the Old Testament. Not him, but when the eunuch was. And Philip ran as fast as he could to catch up to him and said, hey, do you want me to help you with that? Do you want me to help you understand what's going on? And so it's so important, man. Press into the Lord, get in the Word, spend time in prayer, spend time in His presence, because you can only pass on understanding if you understand yourself. So remember, faith is not faith until it's tested. And times like these help us realize where we really are with our faith. So anyways, just wanted to encourage you this morning. Shout out to Costa Rica. I got my Costa Rica coffee cup from Costa Rica. Benedict family, Juan Carlos as in one word, that's one person. And Camilo, man, just love all of you guys out there. Pastor Mauricio and his wife and kid, God bless you guys out there in Costa Rica. We hope to see you soon. We were supposed to have been there by now, but it's a good thing we didn't go because things are on lockdown and stuff. So, but hey, guys, I wanted to also just give you some updated information, and an email is being sent out here in moments. So, a big shout out to Pastor Dave and Corey. Thank you, Dave, for all the work you do with the internet and Facebook Live and Facebook page and all this kind of stuff. And Corey as well for helping out with the graphics and getting things that we can post. So thank you guys for what you do. Make sure you keep Pastor Stephanie in prayer. She and her family, they miss everybody and they have to stay home, and Stephanie has to take extra special care of herself because she's a little more susceptible to getting sickness. So that's why she's staying home. She wants to protect herself, her family, and also protect all of us. So thank you for that, Pastor Stephanie. But big shout out to everybody at Revolution Church. Bill McKee, Dominic Hall, Trey, Ashley, my wife Monica, Rem and Tiffany, and Pastor Fred, and Pastor William, Pastor Perry, and Laura, just all you guys, okay? So I'm sure Pastor Bob, Tina, I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody, but love you guys and thank you for everything that you guys are doing to help out during this time. But in the email, it will have a lot of stuff, so if I don't cover everything, make sure you read the email that we're sending out. But this Sunday, 11 o'clock a.m., we'll be going Facebook Live, and we're blessed. We'll have the worship team led by Ken, and I'll be preaching, and there'll be very minimal people at church because we can't have more than 10. So it's going to look pretty small, but we're going to continue to do church recorded live every Sunday at 11 a.m. And after this Sunday, we will just do acoustic worship, and we will do me doing the announcements and whatnot and preaching. So I hope that you all tune in and that we all stay connected in that way at least. And I just want to encourage everyone to be connected together in any way that you can. You got the phone, you got the internet, you got Facebook, you got all kinds of stuff to be able to stay connected, and call each other as well. Get on the phone and talk to somebody. Call. Hopefully this will be over sooner than later. But stay connected. So even though we have to somewhat isolate for safety's sake, don't isolate. If you guys know what I mean. Be in communication. Pray for one another. Love on one another. Be there for one another. Share with one another. Maybe you have to share sugar or flour with somebody. Share with one another. Don't be stingy. So, one of the things is giving. Giving's important. I know that considering these times, money's going to be tight. But wherever you can give of your tithes and your offerings, please do so, because we have bills to pay. And when you give, it also helps my family. My family is provided for in some ways through the church. So we appreciate that, and I'm not the only one, So, but we got to pay our rent, and we got to pay our utilities, and so on and so forth. And we also want to consider those that are in need. So we want to have the benevolent monies in there to help those that might need food. might need toiletries, might need their electric bill paid or whatnot. So we just want to think about that in these times. When we get in rough times, sometimes we pull back out of fear, or we start thinking about, well, I got to think about myself, or I got to think about my own family. I can't be thinking about other people right now. And I understand that to a certain extent, but our church family is, we're family. So let's be there for each other, okay? You can give online, revolutionchurchpdx.com. You can also just give with our, through, sending it in the mail to our P.O. Box. Okay, I'll give you that P.O. Box address. That P.O. Box address is P.O. Box 66883. Again, that's P.O. Box 66883, Portland, Oregon 97290. 97290. Just make the check written to Revolution Church, and in the memo spot put tithe or put benevolent offering, or if you don't put anything, that's fine. We'll just put it to tithe, okay, and that'll help us get the bills paid. Easter service is important. It is like the Super Bowl Sunday of all Sundays, right? And we are going to do the very best Easter service that we can. I know it's going to be online, and so that's going to make it a little different, but I believe it's going to be powerful. I believe it's going to be good quality. So we're going to do what we can to make it really great for you guys to tune in, that you guys would be proud to invite others to see it with you, to view it with you online. So to be able to share posts about it coming up so that people will tune in. So we are planning to do a great Easter service, the best that we can considering the circumstances, okay? And then also church membership. So we don't talk about membership very much because we just kind of say, hey, if you've been here a couple months and you give and you serve, you're a member, okay? But now we want to make it official. We have our own building right now that we're meeting in, and we want to make it official because there are some decisions we are going to need to make in the near future, and they will require, some of it will require a vote from members, and some of it is we just want to get members' input. So we want to listen to members of the church, okay? When it comes to decisions that have to do with the church, even if we didn't have to have a members meeting, sometimes we will because we want to hear from the members, okay? I don't mean to sound mean, but I don't necessarily want to hear from people who are fans and not followers and just stop in every now and then. I want to hear from the members. So it's important for us to know who the members are. So you can go online where it says contact and click the contact tab, and you can fill out your name and you can fill out your email. And in the comments, there's a comments box. All you have to do is say, I want to be a member, and then send that, and Pastor Dave will get that, and he'll make sure that that information gets to myself and Trey or Dominic or Bill so that we can compile that list together. And when all of this is over, and when we can have a members meeting, we most certainly will. And you know what? I'm going to tell you, the members meeting will be a great time. It'll be a great meeting. It's kind of an exciting, like, get fired up kind of meeting because it has to do with the values, vision, and the mission of the church. So it's something we would really want you guys to be a part of. So in closing this out, guys, I just want to tell you that I do love you. Monica loves you. Trey and Ashley love you. All the leaders love you guys, and we want to stay connected. And I'm sorry that we can't personally get together like we like to always do because we're such a social church, but we will. So just keep praying. Pray for yourself, for strength and encouragement. Pray for your family. Pray for your Revolution Church family. Pray for your community. Pray for your city and your state. Pray for our nation. Pray for our leaders, especially President Trump. Pray for them. My goodness, pray for Kate Brown. Pray for her. But let's all be praying for the pastors. They need wisdom, discernment. We all need it. Pray for them. So just be in prayer and be a very prayerful person, okay? You cannot be powerful unless you are going to be prayerful, okay? And may the hope and the peace of Christ be with all of you. I love you guys very much. God bless you. And don't forget revolutionchurchpdx.com.